Good evening, everyone. Thanks. Okay, in accordance with provisions of the Open Public Act, Meeting Act, the Asbury Park Board of Education have provided adequate notice of this meeting by sending a notice of the time, date, location, and to the extent known, the agenda of this meeting to the Asbury Park Press, the new poster on January 14, 2022, via email. Copies of this notice has been placed at the Administrative Building, Bulletin Board, District Schools, Asbury Park Municipal Building, Asbury Park Police Department, and filed with the City Clerk on January 14, 2022. Our mission statement. Asbury Park School District will provide all students with a comprehensive and progressive education where everyone possesses the skills and character to succeed in a diverse and evolving global society. Roll call, please.
Ms. Halls? Ms. Breach? Mr. Grillo?
Here.
Mr. LaRocca?
Here.
Mr. Remy? Ms. Ricks? Mr. Saunders? Ms. Lazinski?
Here.
Ms. Cook?
Here. Please rise and flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am not ready.
Okay, so you will
Sure.
Okay, it's time to start with our committee reports. Dominic, please, finance.
Finance Committee met to again reevaluate the tentative budget, which then was dealt with at public meeting last week. So now we'll be presenting the final budget. Mr. Aiken, you'll do the PowerPoint later in the meeting, and we'll just report that way.
Yes, we did have 3 meetings, if you may recall, over the course of the last 3 weeks to discuss the budget and other issues. The budget presentation for the 2023 year school budget will be at the 7 o'clock meeting.
And that concludes finance. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this is the committee for athletics. We met on April 13th. We went over the athletic banquet, information about that, and we went over the fall sports schedule, coach hiring and postings, summer and fall openings, and there's going to be team pictures and senior headshots for the spring sports. And there was a discussion about field usage by a group that was coming on the field too early while we were still having baseball and softball practice. And I don't know if, I know that Mr. Jamino was going to contact the head of the organization to try to resolve the issue. I don't know if I hadn't heard whether there had been a change or not. Dr. Howard, do you know if that situation has been mediated?
Mr. Trevino said he was going to speak with him. I'm not sure if he actually did. He said he was going to speak.
And that's everything for the athletics.
Jesse, please.
Yes. Marion Brad.
Oh.
Okay, the C&I committee did meet on April 12th, and we discussed a couple of things. There are a few things that's happening at the parent center, which I'm pretty happy about. And one is the social conscious project at the Dorothy L. Parent Center. Also, the health fair and two-step entertainment to provide DJ services for the community health fair. And as you can see, I'm still out of breath because I practically ran Yes, because I practically ran over. Yes.
All right, we talked about the community health fair. That's the yearly fair over on Prospect Avenue. It's going to happen this year again. Also, approving for recruiters to promote community and new initiatives offered by the school district is on the agenda. Another Dream Academy, Ms. Wright has to have some additional days during the summer because of the schedule in Brookdale. Also, partnership with the high school and the Boys and Girls Club for mentoring services, that's going to start. Another item is the high school is going to have a chess club. The math teacher, Mr. Bavenza, is going to volunteer to do it for 7th and 8th graders, so they have something to do after school. Chess is a wonderful sport. It is a sport, and I know that we were all kind of excited for that. There's one more. See what we got here. Oh, that's it. Yep.
I was thinking of the building and ground thing before, but I
So if you have yours up, your report, please.
Good evening, everyone. Right before we start our Student of the Month presentation, would like to announce that we had our monthly Student Advisory Committee meeting, and if Mrs. Lau would just come to the microphone really quick. Yes, ma'am. And just give us a summation of what you observed from our Student Advisory Council. I greatly appreciate that.
She wasn't prepared to give
Yes,
me a
I know.
report.
Yes, ma'am. I know I just put you on the spot, but I know I could talk about it, but you participated, and I would like to get just your feedback.
Well, good evening to everyone, and first of all, hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, because we're having difficulty hearing from your position, but I'm honored. I greet you today in this brand new day, and I'm excited for what I experienced the other afternoon with the Zoom presentation of our Student Advisory Committee. The students were strong, they were clear, they listened, they were articulate, and I'm excited that we're moving forward. And I do believe, very honestly, that these young people will make a difference in this district as others watch them and listen to them, and especially with the families, those that are supporting their children. They are going to turn this city around educationally. I do believe that. So thank you for this honor. Thank you for the opportunity to be once again a part of my community. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. With that, we'll do our Student of the Month presentation. We'll start with Thurgood Marshall Elementary School and Principal Dr. Lauren Jackson.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Jackson, the principal of Thurgood Marshall Elementary School. I am so excited and delighted to honor our Student of the Month, a second grade student who is so kind, so supportive. Her teachers have described her as willing to learn, always hands-on in the classroom, coming into school with a smile on her face, and just a positive role model for all those around her. Miss Sophia Chavez Garcia, please come up and get your award. And Sophia, on behalf of our Thurgood Marshall School and Miss Bravo and Miss Vacilados, here is a bag filled with all of your favorite things that we talked about in my office this week. It might be heavier than you are.
Next, we'll have Miss Thea M. Jackson Byers from Bradley Elementary School.
Good evening. My name is Thea M. Jackson Byers. I'm the proud principal of Bradley Elementary School. At this time, it is an honor to introduce our student of the month. Our student of the month is actually a first grade student. His teacher has described him as honorable, like his favorite superhero, Iron Man. That is none other than Mr. Dante Brown, our Bradley Elementary School student of the month. And as always, Dante, thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for everything that you bring to Bradley Elementary. 1, 2, 3. And so this is for you. These are some this is some Bradley Elementary School spirit wear. And Mom, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for blessing us with Dante. So if you don't mind, could you please wear this and say, I'm a proud Bradley Elementary School parent. My mom always said, give them someone their flowers while they can smell them. And we don't say thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson Byers. Next, we'll have Mr. Perry Medina, principal from MLK Upper Elementary.
All right, good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce a very special student. She's a 4th grader. Her grades are excellent. She maintains nothing less than a 95 in our classes. She is also one of the kindest and gentlest spirits that I know. She is truly an honor and a gift in our school. Leslie Galvan Manchame. I'm so very proud to call her my student, and I'm very excited about what comes next for her. Parents, come on up.
Next, we have from our high school building, Dr. Christy Howard Morris.
Good evening, everyone. Our teachers, they have a committee and they choose the student of the month each month. And this month they chose Matthew Ramirez Flores. Matthew's a delightful student in the classroom. He challenges his teachers. I'm told that he acts as an attorney in the classroom to make his point. But usually he wins, but he's very respectful. He works hard. And again, he is the student of the month, and we have this for him. Mom, come on up. And we have this for, I'm sorry. And Matthew would like to give this to you. It has some water bottles and some t-shirts for you and Mom from the Asbury Park High School, okay? Okay. And a book bag.
All right. Thank you very much. Madam President, that concludes my presentation for the 6 o'clock.
If all the parents want to take the kids home at this time, feel free to. Yeah. Just wait, so. Before we open public comment, we have a comment from our lawyer.
Okay, in accordance with Board Policy 0167, the Asbury Park Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and other matters of importance, and provides members of the public with the opportunity to express themselves on school matters of community interest. The public comment portion of the meeting is not a question and answer session, and all public comments shall be directed to the board president or the presiding officer of the meeting. Members of the public who wish to make public comments must be recognized by the presiding officer, which is this evening the president, and provide his or her name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation if applicable. All public comments shall be directed to the presiding officer and are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public who do not follow the foregoing rules and/or interfere with the orderly operation of the board meeting may be removed from the meeting.
At this time, we'll open public comment.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if this is on. Can you guys hear me? My name is Deborah Lorenz. I live at 200 DeWitt Avenue. My son is a student in the Asbury Park School District. He is a special needs student here. I have lots of concerns before you guys approve your budget. I'm very concerned for all of the special need kids in the district. They are not prepared for the world. Next year, he is going to the 7th and 8th grade building. We need to start a life skills program. Before you approve that budget, the one thing on your agenda is eliminating a speech clinician and eliminating teachers, paraprofessionals. Our kids need so much support. I got up to go first because I've left my husband home alone with my special needs kid. So I want to run out of here because he is home chasing him all by himself. And if you think I'm joking, ask Mr. Ruiz. They take a lot out of you, and in a classroom, we need as much support as we can get, and they need as much conversation skills as they can get. So before you eliminate these positions from your docket, please rethink it. And when they get to the 7th and 8th grade building, they need to have a program in place to teach them life skills. We do not currently have one. Please reevaluate the system over there. Our kids and your population of kids with special needs is just getting larger, not smaller. The class sizes of kids with autism are bigger, not smaller. These kids need to be prepared. It is your job to help us prepare them. They are going to be with you until they are 21, and they are not prepared for the outside world. My husband and I do everything we can. The level of transparency in the district is also not where it needs to be. I'm a special ed teacher. I've also worked with adults with special needs. So the ARC meeting that I attended a couple of weeks ago, of which I was the only parent to attend, I already knew a lot of the information. Other parents didn't even know that there was an ARC meeting to let the parents know how to register their kids for adult special needs, which they need to do by age 14, or their children are going to end up on a waiting list. And God forbid if they pass away and die before their children are even making it out into the world. So you guys need to get on the ball and get your social workers to get out there and tell the parents how to start registering their kids for adult services and to help prepare our children for the real world. Because if I drop dead tomorrow, I need to know that my son is going to be okay and that somebody is going to help take care of him in the real world. I've got a copy of that presentation if you guys want to know what we're expecting from you as far as the district is concerned. Thank you.
If you want to write down your email before I leave, I can.
Good evening, my name is Nina Sumlin, I reside at 1101 Bangs Avenue. I'm not really here to make a statement, I just want you guys to know, during our board meeting, the only person that we can actually hear is the attorney. Everybody else, when you're talking, everybody's volume seems to get lower. So if you guys can either pull the mics closer or speak up louder, so we back here can hear you, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Anderson Bray. I reside in Asbury. I'm going to piggyback off of this parent. It amazes me how all of you with degrees and accolades all this year have disappointed me, and all I've heard is I'm sorry. I took the time to take my daughter, which she been well deserved of her honor roll certificate, sat there an hour just to be told, oh, it's canceled and it's postponed. You guys do a lot of budget cuts, which I don't understand, and you say you want these students to succeed. My daughter as well is autistic. You're taking out the psychologist. You're taking out the child study team. You're taking out everything that it seems that our children need for tools for this life. I'm not understanding what are all these budget cuts. Are you taking out of your pay? Because honestly, if you are really working here and you're here for the pay and not for our children, what are you here for? Because I'm tired of being nice with you all. I'm tired of being professional. I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm tired of being belittled. I'm tired of being smiled in my face while you're not doing nothing but getting paid on the 15th and the 30th. I've had it with you all. I've had it. I've had it. I want to say so much to you all, but I know you have the cops out there. You'll think I'm uncouth, I'm ignorant. But at this point, I just never want to see any of y'all personally outside of this job.
Good evening, guys. My name is Deborah Wilson. I live at 1026 Monroe in Asbury. I don't have any kids in the district. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews and cousins here. And I'm going to piggyback off of what both of the parents said as far as the budget cuts. I see all these jobs that you guys are cutting are like ground level, whereas nobody from central office, none of those positions are getting cut. You're cutting positions that affect the kids directly. There's like their safety as far as security officers, the social worker, the guidance counselor, everything that are going to affect these kids, as part of special needs kids, all in general, the public, K through 12, seven teachers. That's a lot. You guys are already struggling with teachers, struggling with guidance counselors. How are these kids going to get into college when you have nobody to guide them? Where are they going to go after this? We are already in a dangerous area. So now when they get out of this dangerous area, they're going to go nowhere because you guys are failing them, because you're cutting everything that they need so you guys can make your pockets bigger, so you guys can what? Because you're not doing anything. Nothing of positive that y'all are doing when you cut all these important jobs. And even you guys' faces don't look like you care. You guys all look like you're gonna go home and laugh and not care that you're hurting the kids, that you're getting paid to better. And I really hope you guys think about that, because as parents and aunts and cousins of the kids here, we feel failed. And we feel like all of you failed us and you're failing our kids and the future generations to come. This is gonna be even more dangerous. They're gonna leave this high school and go right to the gangs, right to the jails, and y'all gonna complain when the high school is dangerous. There's no security there. Your staff is at risk too. In the beginning of the school year, the high school got shut down because of a violent act. My mom works there. If my mom didn't come home, then what? You guys are gonna lose your staff because you have nobody to protect them. You're gonna lose kids because they're violent, and they're gonna attack each other, and you're gonna have nobody to protect them. Think about that when you go home. Okay, guys? Thank you.
Good evening. Sheila Brazil, 1200 Jump Street, Asbury Park, New Jersey. Couple of things. We have a parental involvement policy that I think is 104.5 that we has to be going over every year in September, so it can be approved in October, and it has to, be looked at and revised. I don't think it has been looked at or revised since 2011. I think I was like still on the part of the, maybe on the board then, or just getting ready to go on there.
May I, Ms. Brazoil, which policy are you referring to? I didn't hear.
The parental involvement policy, where 10% of the budget is set aside for the parents, set aside for the parents, and where you could do parent conference. We used to go, things might have changed with the No Child Left Behind. I'm sure we still a Title I school in this district. Is still a Title I. So I don't know if anybody know about the Title I. I got, you could look it up, but then they have E something they did from the state, for the state sitting down stuff for the school district supposed to do for, for the kids. But there's probably always, when you get money from the federal government, but, I know it got cut, but whatever you get, 10% is supposed to be set aside for parental involvement. And that's we used to have parent advisory council. We used to have district-wide parent liaison, because Ms. Ricks used to be over the parent liaisons in the district. But there's a Title I thing for all the parents, for Asbury Park School District, Neptune, all the, little small school districts. And then that also, which I say has not been going over since 2011. When I went on the internet and looked it up, the last time we had for this district was 2011. That's when Dr. Lou was here. So we haven't done that in years. So it's supposed to be signed off, have a meeting in September and signed off in October by a parent, a legitimate parent. So I think we might, I don't know if we're in compliance or not, but we could be not. I don't know. A lot of things has changed since, I was really, really on the board and involved in that stuff. But we do, somewhere supposed to be 10% of the budget set aside for the parents to have, like, if we used to do it at the, we used to go at the Title I conferences. We stopped doing that. We had a couple of conferences at the middle school when Mr. Recollet came, doing it. But we haven't done that in a while, from what I understand. So I used to attend. I think last time I attended, Janaya was in the 6th or the 7th grade. Now she's a senior at the high school, so that's been a minute. So if we can get back to that. And also on Mondays, we do it Empower Parent University. And it's where a group from Kane, Dr. Jefferson, it's for parents, like credit, different, just to make sure the parent okay. We have 3 parents on there every week. And I don't know if they don't have a list of emails of the parents or how, but we only have 3 parents. They be the same 3 parents every week. So we need to, really, if we want parents really involved, we need to start getting the information out there. And just please, 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 please. I sound like James Brown, don't I? Stop saying this on the internet, because not all the parents do the internet. If we have an all call, if we could do that, that'd probably be a lot better than just saying everything on social media, because a lot of parents don't go on social media. Thank you, and be blessed.
Hello, everyone. So I am a resident of Asbury Park. Hello? So I'm a resident of Asbury Park, and I used to have children that attended the school of Asbury Park, but this year I switched them out and sent them to charter because I was already unpleased with the direction that Asbury Park was heading. After going to charter, I'm not really seeing any difference, so I was looking to actually bring my students back into the district. But after seeing this reduction in force, I'm trying to figure out why I would even consider. You are removing the faculty from the school that actually inspire these students. It is not the administration that inspire these students. It is not central office that inspire these students. It is the teachers, all right? It's a more probability that my child will encounter a security office, a maintenance worker, the attendance officer, the teacher aide, before they encounter any one of you guys at central office. Not. So I'm not understanding how this is benefiting our children. Yes, There may be some fat that could be trimmed from the budget, but laying off teachers and the force that actually drives the school district is just not it. It's not the way to go. All right? They are the ones that alter the mindsets of these students when they're at home and they have parents who can't help them with the schoolwork or can't really give them direction because their parents didn't have directions themselves. It's the teachers that alter that mindset, not you guys. All right? It's the teachers that inspire, not you guys. It's the teachers that motivate, not you guys. And if you put alter, inspire, and motivate together, it allows our children to aim higher. These cuts are not allowing our children to aim higher. All right? So I don't understand them. Maybe it's not for me to understand, but in the age of technology, why you would remove a technology coach? Social worker, we already have so many troubled children. All right? We already know about the unreported hip incidents that happen throughout Asbury all the time. All right? Who do you think will help these children deal with these unreported and unattended to hip incidents? A social worker, a guidance counselor. You want to remove 7 elementary students when elementary is the foundation and the basis of the education that these students will receive going forward all the way up to college. Elementary is the foundation. You want to remove 7. It's bad enough that you guys already have social studies, science, and things of those as an elective and not a main portion of the curriculum anymore, but you want to remove those teachers as well. It's not making sense. And I don't see how this will be of any service to the students. And that's what the board is supposed to be here to do, to be a servant to the students, not yourselves, not to the administration.
We have a public comment in the next section. Okay, at this time, we'll close public comment.
What will happen is we'll have a budget presentation, so some of your questions, particularly those of you who made comments about the budget, will be addressed, in particular to the exact funding and cost, the exorbitant amount of about $11 million that we're sending to charter schools. We'll also be addressing the hard-working faculty and the blatant misconception about the staff here in this district and the hard work that our students do. So the commentary that was just provided about this district does not represent the staff, does not represent the expectations that the staff have, and we're dealing with $8 million budget cuts. So when we say that, when we say we take the education of the students here as paramount, I can tell you without any hesitation, you're not getting a better quality education at a charter school than you will be getting here. You're not getting better offerings outside of this district that you're getting here. And so we'll address our budget issues during the next 7 o'clock. So if you want to hear and see where our allocation of funds are, also the history of our funding from S2, the $8 million budget cut that we received this year, and our decreasing student enrollment. So if, ma'am, you want to bring your child back, we'll have another student here in order so we won't have to cut additional teachers because of the enrollment. But we'll be able to address some of those things directly when we do our budget presentation. So please stay so you can see exactly where the allocation of funds are going and how we support our students here.
Before we go into exec, whereas the Public Meeting Act allows for exclusion from discussion at the public portion of the meeting of certain matters as outlined below. And whereas the Asbury Park Board of Education was to discuss such matters made and will make discussions public when popular conclusion has been reached. Now therefore be resolved that on April 27, 2022, that the Asbury Park, New Jersey, for the purpose as outlined and described below, upon return action may be taken. Confidential matters per suit on court order, impact rights to receive federal funds, unwarranted invasion of individual privacy, collective bargaining, acquisition of real property or investments of funds, public safety procedures, litigations or contract matters, or client privileges, personnel matters, or imposition of penalties upon an individual. Motion, please.
I'll move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Members of the public who are here, the board's going to go into executive session. It's expected that executive session will last approximately 20 minutes. The board will be returning to public session at or about 7 o'clock. So we will be back in this room at or about 7 o'clock, and at that time we will start our 7 o'clock meeting. So thank you for your patience.